Every morning at exactly 6:10, an old man walked into the same roadside diner. Same seat, same coffee, same quiet smile. For 20 years, no one ever heard him complain. But the day he didn't show up, a heavy silence filled the diner. The quietest man in the room had been teaching them all how to live. The diner sat just off Highway 47. Nothing special. Faded red booths, a coffee machine that never stopped humming, and the smell of bacon that clung to the walls. Truckers stopped there, construction workers, single moms grabbing breakfast before work. It was the kind of place where everyone was tired. Everyone had something to complain about. Except one man. His name was Harold. Every morning at 6:10, the bell on the door would ring, and Harold would claim his usual spot in the corner booth, wearing the same brown jacket.
"Morning, Harold,"
the waitress would say. "Morning, Amy." That was usually the entire conversation. Coffee, 2 eggs, toast, and silence. Not awkward silence, a soulful, peaceful silence, while the rest of the diner buzzed with complaints. "Gas prices are insane. My boss is killing me. This country's going downhill." Harold simply sat there, stirring his coffee slowly, as if time moved differently for him. Some people thought he was lonely. Others thought he was strange, but no one really knew him. Not yet. One cold winter morning, a young guy named Tyler walked into the diner. Tyler was maybe 22. Construction boots, dust on his jacket, frustration written all over his face. He sat at the counter and slammed his phone down. "I swear, nothing ever works out," he muttered. Amy poured him coffee. "What happened now?" Tyler sighed. "Got laid off yesterday. 3rd job this year." He stared at the coffee like it had personally betrayed him. From the corner booth, Harold watched quietly. A few minutes passed. Then Harold stood up. He walked over and placed something on the counter beside Tyler. It was a $1 bill. Tyler looked confused. Thanks?" Harold shook his head. "That's not for you." Tyler frowned. "Then what's it for?" Harold smiled gently. "For the next soul having a tougher run than you." Then he walked back to his booth. That was it. No lecture, no speech, just a $1. Tyler stared at it for a long time. Then slowly, he smiled. After that day, something strange started happening in the diner. Harold kept leaving a $1 on the counter. Not every day, but often enough that people noticed. At first, it was just Tyler who added another $1. Then Amy did. Then a truck driver. Then a woman who came in crying after a breakup. The jar beside the register slowly filled with crumpled bills. Amy wrote a small sign next to it. For the next person having a worse day. Nobody knew exactly when it became a tradition, but somehow it did. People still complained. Of course they did. Life is hard. But now something different happened too. Sometimes someone would quietly add a $1. Sometimes someone would take one. No questions asked. And every morning, Harold sat in the corner booth, stirring his coffee, watching, listening, saying almost nothing. Then one morning, 6:10 came. The bell on the diner door didn't ring. Amy noticed first. "Harold's a no-show." 6:20. Still nothing. By 6:45, the regulars were asking, "Where's the quiet guy? Maybe he's sick." The corner booth stayed empty all morning, and for some reason, The diner felt louder than usual. The clinking of silverware and the echoes of complaints felt sharper, more abrasive. The little jar on the counter sat there, half full, but no one touched it. Because something about the room felt off. 2 days passed. No Harold. 3 days. Still nothing. Then on the 4th morning, a man in a suit walked into the diner. He asked for Amy. "Did Harold Thompson used to come here?" Amy nodded slowly. "Every day." The man sighed. "I'm his nephew." Amy felt her chest tighten. "What happened?" "He passed away last week." The diner went quiet. Even the coffee machine seemed to pause. The nephew reached into his jacket and pulled out an envelope. "He wanted this delivered here." Amy opened it carefully. Inside was a handwritten note. The room slowly gathered around as she read. It said, "I don't talk much, but I listen. And I've noticed something. People don't need advice as much as they need reminders. Reminders that tomorrow might be better. Reminders that someone cares. Reminders that even a tiny ripple of kindness can change the tide of someone's life. So if you're reading this, keep the jar going, because someone out there will walk through that door on the worst day of their life. And they might need $1 more than they need a speech." Amy wiped her eyes. Nobody spoke. Then Tyler quietly walked to the counter. He reached into his wallet and dropped in $10. "This is for Harold's next person," he whispered. One by one, others followed. Bills, coins, even a folded 20. The jar filled faster than anyone expected. The funny thing about quiet people is that we often underestimate them. We think the loudest voices carry the biggest wisdom. But sometimes, the most powerful lessons arrive without words. Harold never gave speeches, never posted quotes, never tried to inspire anyone. He simply showed up every morning. With patience, with kindness, and with the quiet belief that small actions matter. And somehow, that tiny habit changed an entire diner, maybe even hundreds of lives. All without applause, all without attention. Just $1 at a time. We live in a world obsessed with big gestures, big success, big announcements. But life rarely changes that way. More often, it changes quietly, through small acts, small patience, small kindness. The kind nobody notices at first, until one day they realize everything is different. So the next time life feels heavy, remember Harold. You don't need a big platform to change someone's day. Sometimes all it takes is a small act of kindness left behind for the next person. And if this story meant something to you, share it with someone who might need that reminder today. Because somewhere out there, someone is walking through a door, hoping the world is just a little kinder than yesterday. And maybe you'll be the reason it is.